Hey folks, I have a book review for you, and I can tell why this one guy requires all new employees to read this when they start with this company. So check this out. Hey guys, stick with me to the end of this book review, and I've got a special that I'm going to give you for this. Alright folks, here's the deal. I was listening to this podcast, and as an aside, a book was mentioned, and it was called QBQ. Check it out. Here it is right here. And the name of the book caught my attention. So I did some Google search, I found a website, and I was just blown away by the information that I found. So I ended up with the book, and I want to say this. I'm not a fast reader. I've committed to reading a new book each month, and it takes me about a month to read them. I try to read like a chapter a day, and when I picked this book up, I could not put it down. I read it in one day. There's 39 chapters in this book. I flew through this thing. This book is so well written. It is fast read. It makes such great sense, and John Miller, the author, has used great stories to share, to put all this in perspective. You read it, and light bulbs are going off, because here's what happens. First thing that happens, you recall every event similar where you've been in these situations where things have happened. Number two, you start thinking about how guilty you are at this blame game stuff, and you didn't even realize that it was happening. I just kept catching myself thinking through all these things that, oh my goodness, I do this, I'm guilty of this, and I've got to get better of it. Number three thing that happens is, if you're in a leadership position, you realize that you have to do a much, much better job of coaching your team members to get out of this blame game stuff. John asked the question in this book, what's the question behind the question? So here's the rules. You can only say what or how. You have to use I, the letter I, in your statement, and it has to be some action statement behind it. For example, how can I do a better job at helping my team? You can't blame sales, you can't blame marketing, you can't blame delivery, you can't blame packaging. Those are out of your control. Stop blaming everybody else for what's going on in your life. Take responsibility. It's genius. It is so simple, it's genius. I highly recommend this book. Folks, look, grab this book. Here's another reason why this book I highly recommend it. I discovered that Dave Ramsey requires the reading of this book when he hires a new employee onto their team. So that is great endorsement right there. Folks, here's a great deal. Go to QBQ.com, pick this book up. When you're checking out between now and December the 28th, 2017, enter CX Crusade in the discount code and get an additional 20% off the purchase price. John gave us a deal on this. Great, great book. I've got the link for it in the description below, so check that out. If you're a business owner, you got to read this book. If you're a team leader, guys, you got to read this book. And once you do, you'll want everybody else on your team to do the same. Great book, thumbs up, great job, John Miller. All right, thanks everybody for checking out the video. Take care, and until next time.